With the rise of layer 2 solutions on Ethereum, a hot debate has emerged. Are L2s parasitic to Ethereum's base layer, or are they part of the ecosystem's evolution? Stephen Goldfeder, the co-founder of Off-Chain Labs, gives his perspective.
I very much don't think that, L2s are parasitic to the L1 as you suggested. A layered architecture is what we need to scale. The only way we can actually meet that adoption and meet that demand that we're getting is to have a layered architecture that can expand the way layer 2s do. And we see that not just in blockchain technology. Look at the internet, you have a layered architecture. Each layer is specialized to do what it can do, right? Arbitrum couldn't offer its fast block times, its single honest validator, so high security assumption, its really low cost if it didn't rely on Ethereum's consensus underneath it. And that's like a fundamental point to understand. So Ethereum is a critical partner.
Alessandro Mossi from P2P gives his view.
So for us, L2 is a very important part because one, it helps to decentralize the ecosystem, it helps it to make it stronger, and also opens opportunity for players like us to play a role in there. So we are engaging, let's say, almost day-to-day with like L2 teams. We're trying to find, where P2P can play a role in there. But to answer your questions, I don't think they're parasitic, like in a negative way.
Omar Zar from Matter Labs shares his thoughts.
No, I don't think so. L2s are working as they were designed, more or less, right? Which essentially offload most of the transactions, offload most of the activity, and make it significantly scale. And then Ethereum kind of becomes like a very strong settlement layer. So it's still working out in that way, I would say so.
Julian Ashrakan from Oros has a different perspective.
The line between complementary, as in like a scalability solution, and parasitic is a very thin one. And what we're seeing right now is that there is so much almost kind of gas capture on the L2 side relative to Ethereum that I would say we may be on the wrong side of that line at this point. So yeah, I love L2s for everything they're doing from a scalability standpoint. We are invested in L2 protocols that we think are absolutely amazing projects in aggregate relative to the well-being of Ethereum. I think that's a constant risk that should be considered.
Lastly, Austin Federa from the Solana Foundation explores how something can be both beneficial and parasitic.
I mean, there's a lot of arguments about this. Generally, what I would say is anything that moves generalized execution off of one network onto another is parasitic to the economic activity on that network. Now, that's not to say that an L2 can't also be beneficial, right? You can have something that is both parasitic and beneficial, right? It subtracts by 50, but it adds 60, so the net gain is plus 10. And I think if you look at Base is a great example of that, right? Base has offloaded huge amounts of transactions from Ethereum, but it's also created a new opportunity for people to build products on Base and on Ethereum that you objectively cannot build on the mainnet. There's still some component of that that's parasitic, but it can be also high value add at the same time.
So, are L2s parasitic? The experts seem divided. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below.